Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, I'm blonde. There's a whole story behind that. I'm sorry it's been a while. I mean, not that long. I think it's only been like a month or so that I haven't made a video. I just started school. On the 21st of August. I did my hair on August 20th, the day before school started, and it's interesting. I kind of like it. I've gotten used to it. At first, I didn't know. I had really mixed feelings about it, but I think I like it now. But no, yeah, I just kind of wanted to sit down and talk, just about random stuff that's, been going on. Nothing really serious has been going on. Just like, I don't know, I got ready for no reason today, and, yeah, I guess I just wanted to make a video. I don't really know. School's been interesting. It's really weird because my boyfriend's not in school, and I met my boyfriend in school, and he graduated last year, and it's really weird with not, like, having him in school. I'm a senior this year, and it's really strange, like, being the oldest in the school, like, the oldest grade in the school, being the upperclassman, and I don't know, just seeing a really weird generation going on, like how much barrier there is between me being a senior and like these freshmen that are obviously in some of my classes, and yeah, there's just like they're so different. Like a lot of them, almost every single freshman I've heard talk about their future, or like I've heard like talk to me, has either told me they want to be famous. Like I asked them like what they want to be when they grow up, and like they want to be famous, or they want to like be a YouTube star. And then like there's people in my classes that like Jake Paul, and I'm like I talked about that in one of my videos recently, and I mean, it's really weird. Like, because a lot of people that I used to go to school with, they didn't really watch a lot of YouTube, and I felt like I was the only one in the school, or like the only one in my grade that really liked to watch YouTube videos, like all day long. Like that's all I do mainly. And all these freshmen, they all watch YouTube videos, but they all watch the videos that I'm just kind of like questioning about. I don't know. Like it's just very interesting to watch these kids kind of grow up in the whole social media realm. And I mean, I've been watching YouTube since I was in like 5th grade, and it wasn't really like I watched it all the time back then, but I've watched it more and more as I've gotten older. And I don't know, I just love the YouTube community. I love the YouTube community, but I don't like a lot of YouTubers on YouTube. I mean, a lot of stuff has happened in the past like 5 years on YouTube that I don't like personally, but no, it's just very weird to grow up with this generation that really does like, I mean, people that are famous for almost no reason, aka Jake Paul, or people in that kind of mentality of YouTube. But I mean, it's a learning experience. I mean, I think every person is a good person. Everyone has the potential to be a good person. It just depends how you choose to act and how you choose to reflect on things that happen in your life. And like these kids, I'm like friends with a lot of these kids, or I talk to these kids like every day, and a lot of them, they have like good morals and they're nice, but it's like they don't know what the, like, I don't know, they don't know the real purpose of life is yet. I don't want to hate on these kids. I mean, they're all freshmen. They're 14 years old. They're growing up. And I mean, let me tell you, I grew up in the span of when I was a freshman to now. When I was a freshman, I I had really bad friends. I was still friends with a couple of people from middle school. It was when I was starting to realize, hey, stop being an idiot and grow the fuck up, because that's the year I met my boyfriend, my current boyfriend now. And I met a lot of people that I really truly love, and a lot of people that I just cannot stand. It's a learning experience. High school really is a learning experience. But it's a really weird thing to be around. Like, it's such a generation barrier, even when it's only like 3 years apart. You're only like, I'm almost 18 and these kids are, turning 14 or 15, and they're so different from me, and they have such a different thinking process. And there's people in my grade that are kind of that way too, but it's not the same. And it could just be a maturity thing. It could just be because, they grew up around cell phones their entire lives. I mean, social media didn't really become a big thing until I was their age, and no one really was on it. No one really liked Instagram as much. No one really was on YouTube as much. I don't even think Snapchat was a thing until I was in, I think, 8th grade, and 7th or 8th grade, and it wasn't that big of a thing even when people did have the app. And I remember it becoming a thing, and it's blown up in recent years. But I mean, when you're growing up with that, I couldn't even imagine how, insane that is, and how crazy it is that everyone's on social media, and it's almost like you're going to be forced to be on social media, even though it might not be your thing. Like, I met a girl in my class that is also a freshman, and she is not about any of the social media things, and I completely understand that, and that's kind of how I'm leading towards. The only social media I have on my phone right now is Snapchat and YouTube. I deleted everything else. I'm just so tired of Instagram. I've been tired of Twitter. Facebook is obviously out of the picture. Facebook, now that I think about it, Facebook has been around. Facebook was really big when I was 10. I was going into intermediate school, and a lot of people got on it just to talk to their boyfriends or whatever if they didn't have a phone, and on the computers and stuff. That's what I did, at least. But it wasn't really how Instagram, Snapchat is now, or Twitter. But I just think that a lot of this social media, people living off of social media, is so sad, because how can people communicate face-to-face or learn how to communicate face-to-face if we're literally all just on our phones? There's no communication to face anymore. And at my school, we use iPads. We don't really use paper anymore. We only use iPads. And it's insane. We type everything. We just use, we rely on the internet. If the Wi-Fi goes out and we're using our iPads all day, we're screwed. Literally. That's how it is. And, I work as a library aide, and hardly anyone comes in there to check out a book. Anyone, barely, you literally have to force kids, as a class, to come into the library just to check out a book, or to, anything like that. And it's kind of insane to me, because, you never see that anymore. You never see kids going into a library or going to check out a book. I personally never did. I'm reading a book right now, but, I never really liked going into the library, especially in high school, because I never had time. But, you can go into the library all day, every day, on your off periods, or you can go in there, whatever, during lunch. And nobody ever does. And I just think that's kind of insane to me. And it's hypocritical, because I never did either. But, watching it happen is so strange, because I literally just sit at the front desk. Basically, what you do as a library aide, you sit at the front desk and you scan people's books, and you check people out, and you just help around the library, and there's hardly anyone in there, and it's crazy. I've been in school for almost 2 weeks now, and I can probably count on one hand how many kids have actually came in there to check out a book without being forced by their class. Like, because when you're a junior, I think it's only when you're a junior and when you're a freshman, you go into the library with your class, your English class, and they literally force you, well, not force you, but they tell you to check out a book, and if you don't, then you have to be reading a book the whole period. And besides those people coming in, I think there was only 2 people that I know of that checked out a book, and I still barely even know how to work the library, like, checking out system, because nobody really has checked out a book, and I think that's insane. Like, it's just really strange to me. I mean, everything is on our iPads. I don't even know why we still have a library anymore. That's what's crazy to me, is it's like reading's not even going to be a thing anymore. Everyone's going to be using the internet. Everyone's going to rely on the internet, and I really think a lot of the internet is just kind of a distraction, and that's getting into a whole new topic. Like, it's true. I mean, in my eyes, no one has to believe me with what I say, but I mean, the internet is such a distraction from big problems in the world, especially when you're not, like, looking at CNN news or watching the news or doing anything of the sort of economics of any type. And when you're so focused on how many, like, followers you have or whatever, like, you won't realize that freaking North Korea is trying to bomb us, or, like, that Hurricane Harvey is literally killing, like, hundreds of people, and thousands of people are lost in water, and, children are probably lost too. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now that people are probably distracted and don't know about because they're looking at their phones or they're on social media, and that could just be a long stretch of it, like, of a conspiracy theory, but I truly think that's true, because you go to, like, a grocery store, or you go, like, to the mall, and people are just on their phone, and you don't ever see people talking to people, like, talking to strangers, because people are afraid, and it's just weird to me. Like, I was just at the airport a couple weeks ago, and, like, nobody was talking to anybody, and I just think that's weird. Like, I just think that's so weird, and everyone on an airplane is on their phones, everyone on an airplane is on their computers. Nobody's talking to anybody. Like, it's very rare to hear somebody talking to somebody on an airplane. And I don't know, I was just really, like, surprised how unsocial people are, these days. And I wish that people would be more open and be more accepting of the fact that we are all human and we're not fucking robots. And, not everyone is a freak, not everyone is a creep. So, like, it's just sad to me that nobody understands that, but that's just me. This is kind of my rant, or kind of a rant, similar to my last video. Sorry that both my videos in a row are just rants, but this is kind of an update video, what my thoughts are like. Leave comments down below what you think about my little conspiracy theory. I don't know. I was talking to my friend Charlie about it. Shout out to Charlie if she's watching this. But we watched a documentary on Netflix the other day about, like, aliens and stuff, but a lot of it was about the government and about that kind of stuff, and this kind of inspired me to make this video. It was called Unacknowledged, I think it was called. It's really, really good. I recommend watching it if you're into that kind of stuff. Even if you don't believe in aliens, I recommend watching it, because a lot of it is about the government, and a lot of it is just about shit that's going on that a lot of people, I think, need to know. But leave your comments down below if you have any, agreeing or disagreeing with me. I would like to hear those, or see those, and read them. I'll talk to you guys another time. Thank you for watching this, and yeah.